Good morning and welcome to the Front Porch Gardener. It feels like it's been forever since we chatted, so I hope you're having a great beginning of the week. Let's go over our worm composting and our tomatoes, and then I'm going to show you an experiment that I started. Okay, so last we saw with the composting, it was pretty full, and as you see, it's only been a week and it's already down 2 inches. It was about that high, and it's a great thing to do with your students or your children, or just for you to see the progress. So it's something my kids do and my students do in their science journal, which works really well. As you can see, I have a ton of new stuff to put in here. Obviously, I've been cooking a lot of eggs this week, and something I wanted to talk about, we all know what this is. Now, worms love this, and of course this is in the carbon category, and this little glue stuff on here, the worms love. So they will munch away on that. And a little thing I didn't tell you, if your compost starts to stink, because it really shouldn't if you're doing worm composting, just add a little carbon. Alright, so I already have my layer. Remember I said the top layer is going to be brown. So I'm going to put my veggies, my potassium, my calcium, and that was from one of my plants. Oh, I have a lot of eggs. They really love eggs, so this will be great. Alright, so then I'm going to also do my layer of carbon. Now it doesn't have to be exact. It's okay if you have some of your green sticking out. This is just some old potting mix I had. I'll probably go and get some leaves, so it's pretty close to the top. So we'll see what it looks like in another week, and then I'm going to dig a little bit. When I dig, I'm going to see how many new worms I have. So that will be exciting. I'm sure there were little tiny ones in there that we didn't even notice. Alright, next we're going to talk about our tomatoes. Look how great they're doing. Now, a lot of people will say when you thin out the plants to cut and use the leftovers in compost, or if it's greens, it's microgreens. I try to save them all, and it has worked. I mean, last year in our classroom, we did this experiment, and we just ended up having tons and tons of tomato plants. And it's because when I thinned them out, I actually planted them in the ground, and many of them survived. So I'm going to say that, because most people will say, oh, just cut around, throw it in the compost. I'm going to wait another week, but these are really doing well. Look at that, it's so exciting. And that's just from one tomato that we cut in half and covered with soil. So this is a similar experiment that I did last week. I cut this huge squash in half the same way I did the tomato, and put it in this pot, covered it up as you see, and boy, it's really going. You had a little peek of it the last time we chatted. This, see, look at those beautiful roots. I will plant this in the ground, make a little mound, plant it in the ground, and see what happens. Again, don't throw them in the compost. Do try as many as you can, and those are healthy roots. So remember, we did a couple weeks ago where we took the seeds out, we soaked them for days to get the pulp out, and then we dried them, and then here we go, we have seeds now. This is the complete opposite. I just put the actual squash in the ground, cut like the tomato, and voila. So I think that's amazing. There's so many different ways to do it, and I love experimenting. All right, and keep your posts coming on my Facebook page. I love seeing them. And you all have a great rest of the week, and I'll see you soon. And we're going to talk about pH because I am waiting for my cages to come for my potato plants. And we're going to talk about making sure that pH level is good and adjusting if it's needed. All right, have a great day.